Happy Thursday, everyone. Glenn Calloway from the basement. Look at me doing 2 videos in 2 days straight to start October, or Rocktober as we call it. Found an interesting thread on the Steve Hoffman forums. Off-ramps. I just like the even name of that. Your favorite bands. When did you jump off? When did you stop buying their albums? Like, I'm not saying you stopped listening to the band, but you kind of just didn't buy anything that's coming out currently because it just wasn't as good as what they used to be. I got a few. So you're driving down the highway of your favorite band, and at some point you buy an album and you go, they don't have it anymore. And you get off the highway. You circle back, you get back on the beginning, and you don't go past that area. You just keep driving, getting off the ramp. Get the idea? Okay, no particular order. Here's one that might shock a few people. I think I'm going to get some pushback on this, but it's just the way I feel. Neil Young. I think his last great album, where all the songs are good, is Harvest Moon. I don't think he's put out a solid album since. There's been some great songs, but albums, this is 1992. I don't know if I own, other than archive series stuff that's come out, I don't know if I own any Neil Young studio albums after this, and people are going to say, oh, you got to hear this one, you got to hear that one. I've tried on a few of them, and it's too many weak songs for me. I like to play a whole album right through, and if I'm not enjoying the album, I'm not going to listen to it for 2 songs. Neil Young, great album, Harvest Moon, 1992. It's kind of my off-ramp for Neil. Rod Stewart. God, this guy pisses me off. I think Rod Stewart was the greatest rock singer on the planet for a few years. And then his head swelled up this big. He got huge, left the faces. And my jumping off point for Rod is Atlantic Crossing in 1975, which I do not own. But I remember loving that album. And Smiler is the last one I own in 1974. After that, Do You Think I'm Sexy? And You're in My Heart, and Tonight's an... Oh, man. I saw Rod this summer. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh. Who's next? It's going to shock a few people. Deep Purple. I am passionate about the first 3 Deep Purple albums with Rod Evans singing. That's my sweet spot for Deep Purple. I know I'm in the minority. Mark II, I own In Rock, and I love Machine Head. There's one album that came after it that I owned back in the day. Not Who Do We Think We Are, but something like that. Some weird title. Anyway, the album that followed this one, that was after that. I just kind of stopped. I didn't find anything redeeming about them, and there was nothing exciting or, I know you Deep Purple fans are, and then Blackmore leaves, and then Steve Morse comes in, and then Gillum leaves, and Glenn, it got ridiculous. They're almost like the Beach Boys, for God's sakes. Uriah Heep. Yes, Uriah Heep. They're still rocking, I think. I think the Roadie and Mick Box are the only ones left. Sweet Freedom's where I got off. I really like this album. Stealin's on here. Great song. After that, Wonderwall. Not good. Then they get Turf David Byron for being an alkie. And I'm out. Done. I don't care what they do. Without David Byron, no Uriah Heep. That's how strongly I feel about that. That's my getting off point. Here's a quick one. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Al Kooper, Child is Father to the Man, one of my favorite albums. I love this album. I wish Al Kooper would have continued with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I think they would have been incredible, but I think they kind of hoofed them out. And David Clayton Thomas comes in. Now, Their bank accounts say they made the right decision. I say they made the wrong one. Didn't like David Clayton Thomas's voice in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. When he was in Toronto in his early days, David Clayton Thomas and the Shays, he was a badass R&B soul singer. Fantastic. But when he got in Blood, Sweat, and Tears and he did those crooner vocals on all those songs, I'm out. Sorry, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, you suck. You're great here. The Boss. Not my wife. Bruce Springsteen. I was trying to think of where I jumped off because I haven't enjoyed a Bruce Springsteen album for many years. They're just not that strong as far as I'm concerned. I know some of them still get critically acclaimed. Letter from Home, and I think that's what it was called, and the Western one, and Western Skies. I don't like them. Really, my jumping off point, I was trying to look and see. I thought it was going to be The Ghost of Tom Joad, but it's not. This is the last album that I really love from Springsteen, We Shall Overcome the Seeger Sessions. This was great. I love that. And this is 2006. Now, The Rising came out, I think, right after that, and I saw that tour, and I kind of liked that album, but it didn't have staying power with me. I don't even think I own it anymore. So I'm going to say this is the jumping off point for me because that's just the way it is. 2 more to go. Elton John. Now, I was a big Elton John fan. I got that one with your song on it. I got Honky Chateau. I got Tumbleweed Connection, my favorite Elton John album. I got Madman Across the Water. These are all really, really good albums. I don't really listen to Elton too much anymore, but these are damn fine albums, and I won't part with them. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Some of Elton's best work. Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding. Oh, might be the best opening. Oh man, just incredible, incredible. Elton just blew it out of the park. Candle in the Wind. And then the totally unforgettable Benny and the Jets. That's when I really started to go, I don't know if I like Elton anymore. But Goodbye Yellow Brick Road's a good song. So side 1 of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is where I get off. That's my off ramp. I know the next album was a Dirt Cowboy or something. I had that album, and it's not bad. I just don't own it anymore, and I don't think I want it. So I'm going to say side 1 of Yellow Brick Road's where I get off. The rest of the album is really weak, in my opinion. There's the odd good song, but not that good. And I just absolutely despised the way Elton went. I hated those frickin' duck costumes, and he just went total like kiddie pop with Don't Go Breaking My Heart and Philadelphia Freedom, and I don't know what Elton was thinking. From one of the greatest songwriters to just silliness. I saved these guys for last. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest rock and roll band in the world, the Rolling Stones. Tattoo You is their last great album. I think the only studio album I bought after that was Steel Wheels. I don't own it anymore. I picked up Voodoo Lounge, which I'd never heard before, in a thrift store last year. Put it on and went, that's not very good. I didn't like it. So that just kind of proved my point. This is the last great Stones album. And don't you Hackney Diamond fans out there, don't be giving me the gears. That's it. That's the ones I came up with that have a definite off-ramp for me. Now, you probably got bands where you have your own off-ramp. So I would be very interested in hearing what it is. But don't forget, get off the ramp, go back, and still enjoy, get back on the highway. Enjoy the albums from the start to where you get off. Have a great day. I need the Yankees to win tonight. Take care.